Teen movies have always been popular, speaking to and for teens, carrying heartfelt messages, or just portraying teens having the times of their lives. Whatever the case, teen movies are beloved for a reason.
This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the 10 most underrated teen movies. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Girl Asleep. Girl Asleep follows the story of Greta, Bethany Whitmore. Set in the 1970s, Greta's mother throws her a birthday party for her 15th birthday, inviting the whole school to attend, much to Greta's horror. Though Greta does have fun, that is until she's humiliated. Shortly afterwards, she comes across a strange creature in her room that sends her on an adventure where she finds out more about herself. She struggles with letting go of her childhood and with finding who she is. For anyone that's been afraid to grow up or unsure of what comes next, Girl Asleep may be the movie for you. But before we move on to the next most underrated teen movies, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now so that you'll know what are these underrated teen movies. Number 9. Paper Towns. After the success of The Fault in Our Stars, one would think that any movie based on a best-selling John Green novel would automatically become iconic. Though Paper Towns found a modest audience, it never reached the levels of its predecessor. The film tells the tale of mild-mannered Quentin Jacobson, Nat Wolff, who rounds up his friends to go on a trip after his crush. The mysterious Margot Roth Spiegelman, Cara Delevingne, disappears. The premise may seem a little preposterous, but the teens are realistic, funny, and relatable. Plus, we are all for a film that shatters the illusion of the noxious manic pixie dream girl. Number 8. The Edge of 17. The Edge of 17 was released right before Thanksgiving 2016, quite possibly the worst slot that could be given to a sensitive teen movie. It couldn't compete with holiday heavy hitters like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Doctor Strange, which is too bad because the story is packed with insight. Haley Steinfeld plays Nadine, a high schooler whose life turns upside down when her best friend, Haley Lou Richardson, begins dating her older brother. This arrangement tests the limits of their friendship. Woody Harrelson co-stars as the not entirely sympathetic teacher to whom Nadine tells her woes. Aside from the beautifully nuanced performances given by Steinfeld and Richardson, The Edge of 17 has a lot of astute, and often humorous, observations about adolescence, friendship, and the difficulties of fitting in. It's one of those films that feels so real and true that anyone who experienced uncomfortable teenage years should be able to identify with it. Number 7. Just Another Girl on the IRT. Main character Chantal, Ariane A. Johnson, wants to get out of Brooklyn and become a doctor, but her plans get derailed. The character breaks the fourth wall to talk directly to the audience in this indie that earned Johnson an Independent Spirit Award nomination. Director Leslie Harris was frustrated with mainstream coming-of-age movies, and this smart indie is the result. Number 6. The Hate You Give. Whereas many teen movies deal with school, romance, and friendship, The Hate You Give takes on something far weightier: social awakening. Amandla Stenberg plays Star Carter, an African-American girl who feels she has to put on an artificial personality when she leaves her black neighborhood to attend her predominantly white upper-class school. After seeing her childhood friend Khalil fatally shot by a police officer in an incident of racial profiling, Star finds herself pulled in various directions. The police argue that Khalil would not have been shot had he complied with officers, but she knows the situation wasn't that simple, and speaking out could potentially alienate her from friends of both races. The Hate You Give follows how Star decides to become an activist and speak up for what she believes is right. The film is inspiring in that regard and could spur teenage viewers to follow suit. It's a poignant look at the way young people have the power to change the world through their voices. Number 5. Raw. This French-Belgian horror film is disturbing and disgusting wrapped into one. Justin, Garance Marelier, is just beginning her first year at a veterinary school, which her older sister also attends. when she and the rest of the new class are spattered with blood and forced to eat raw rabbit kidneys as part of a ritual, things change for Justin, who, up to that point, had been a lifelong vegetarian. She develops a craving for meat, and it only grows until she starts craving human flesh specifically. She starts taking bites out of people left and right and learns that her family has some dark skeletons in the closet. Number 4. Love, Simon. Love, Simon is typical John Hughes-inspired teen fare, except for one big exception. It is the first major Hollywood teen movie with a queer protagonist. Simon's par, Nick Robinson, is a closeted gay teen who connects with an anonymous male classmate online and wants to discover the identity of his unknown love interest. While the hype and positivity surrounding the film was huge, it didn't become the classic it was expected to turn into. It's possible that the plot was too derivative to stand out from the pack. But if anything, Love, Simon may have helped pave the way for other Hollywood films about queer teens to get greenlit. And that's worth celebrating. Number 3. The Duff. Bianca, Mae Whitman, is horrified to learn she has been labeled as the Duff, designated ugly fat friend by her peers, in comparison to her two prettier and more popular friends. Bianca enlists her next-door neighbor and jock, Wesley Robbie Amal, to reinvent herself. She struggles with bullies, her overbearing mom, her blossoming feelings for Wesley, and a brief fallout with her two friends before coming to the important conclusion that she should just be herself, and writes a life-changing article about being a Duff. Number 2. To-Do List. While Easy A may have kicked off the decade with a teen movie that embraces female sexuality, it's adorably PG-13. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Actual teenagers deserves a quality movie about themselves that they can see in theaters. But a comedy rated a hard R, one starring Aubrey Plaza as an adorable teen horn dog, is all kinds of necessary. Plaza plays Brandy Clark, a type A, sexually inexperienced valedictorian who develops a massive crush on her hunky lifeguard co-worker, Rusty Waters' Scott Porter. Wanting him to find her desirable, the fastidious Brandy crafts a list of every sex act under the sun and vows to experience them all in order to be a better lover for Rusty. Based on this premise, the to-do list is as crass as you can imagine, finally giving women their smarter version of American Pie. And finally, we have number 1, The Diary of a Teenage Girl. There is no film this decade, or maybe ever, that better captures young female sexual agency than The Diary of a Teenage Girl. Directed by Mariel Heller, whose A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is currently in cinemas, the film focuses on shy artistic teen, Minnie Goetz, Belle Powley in what should have been an Oscar-nominated performance, who wants to lose her virginity. She starts an affair with her mother's boyfriend, Alexander Skarsgård. What makes the film so spectacular is that it doesn't portray Minnie as either a helpless victim or a Lolita-type seductress. She is simply a complex, flawed, sexual person trying to discover her identity in a world full of complex, flawed, sexual people. The fact that the film was a massive bomb at the box office is a travesty that needs fixing. The Diary of a Teenage Girl deserves an audience. Now. In every case, the most underrated teen movies of the last years follow in the tradition of tackling issues that really matter to young people. They also have a nostalgic sense of relevance for those of us whose adolescence is in the rear-view mirror. Be sure you are caught up with these important, entertaining works. Well, what was your favorite teen movies? Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below.
If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.